On behalf of the Asian Banks Association, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome each and every one of you for today's webinar on a very important topic, fostering a dynamic workforce for the new era. And in that context, I think it's very important for any economy or any nation or an industry to rethink ahead about how to future-proof one's workforce. So this particular topic today is, I think, very, very important. And to lead the discussion and present, we have a very eminent speaker, Dr. Hank C.C. Huang.
Distinguished ABA colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it's really a pleasure and honor to be with you today. I want to express my heartfelt thanks for your available time as we discuss the dynamic financial workforce landscape. This topic is vital in shaping the competitiveness and the sustainability of the financial service industry. Your presence here underscores your dedication to our industry future, for which I'm truly grateful. My presentation will be divided into 4 sections. To begin, I will introduce the current trend and challenge in the financial industry. Then I will explore their influence on the even-changing landscape of financial talent, emphasizing TABF practical approach in addressing this issue. Next, I will talk about our experience and the response to this trend. And finally, I will discuss potential avoidance for future cooperation. In the first section, I will talk about the forthcoming trend and challenges that lie ahead in the financial sector. As we journey through the continuously changed financial landscape, it's become evident that beneath the surface of recent ecology developments, significant foundation changes are also occurring. By harnessing knowledge gathering from TABF analysis of the most recent global study and research report, we pinpoint 4 critical trends that are marking our industry. These trends are technology innovation, the transformation towards sustainability, challenges posed by high inflation and uncertainty, and the emerging of equality and the parallel world. One of the initial trends we witnessed is the growing adoption of FinTech within the financial service sector. This is offering customers exciting new experience, but it's also creating opportunities for tech giants to enter the financial era and compete with traditional banks. This report, made by the World Economic Forum, takes a deep dive into the enormous possibilities and the potential impact stemming from the FinTech revolution, with a particular focus on its transformative potential during the pandemic. First, we can look at the size of the FinTech market. The report shows that FinTech transaction value are increasing rapidly in both advanced and emerging economies, approaching $500 billion in 2020 in advanced economies. This value, which keeps growing rapidly in the foreseeable future, demonstrates the massive potential of FinTech disruption. Regarding market composition, the market so far is dominated by digital payment, followed by digital lending. These are services traditionally offered by banks. Exchange service passed wealth tech and digital capital rising in 2020 to rank 3rd. Furthermore, I think we have all seen the incredible results of new chat robot and other tools. AI is fueling a revolution in finance. In the short term, the WEF expects that it to be benefit both fintech challenger and incubate financial institution, but within 5 to 10 years, it is expected to cause job loss in traditional banks. Next, let's dive into the impact of this trend of financial workforce. We can outline three characteristics of talent in the most domain in the era. The first is ability to create value. As automation eliminates routine tasks and the cost, talent management will be about create value for customers and meaningful work for employees by focus on problem solving and creating. The second will be the ability to extend domain knowledge, holistic capability, such as the ability to design a superior customer experience or manage change will be more important than industry knowledge. And the third would be the ability to learn how to learn. As machine do manual tasks, learning how to learn and the rapid skill acquisition will become competitive advantage. Problem-solving skills such as intuition, creativity, judgment, persuasion, and empathy will command a premium in a machine domain world, especially when cutting-edge skills such as programming can be learned from the internet. Motivation to learn will be the most precious asset for employer. Now, shifting our focus is evidence that sustainability transformation is imperative for our industry. The WEF risk reports highlight various environmental risks, with each of the top three involving climate change. Additionally, geographic, social, and technology risks are on the horizon, all of which necessarily are active involvement of financial sector in their migration. Depending on this point, much like in other industries, our financial sector must balance the pursuit of profitability with a commitment to environmental, social, and governance considerations. This alignment is key to fostering sustainable development. In the realm of banking, they will need to mobilize surplus social fund and leverage various forms of direct and indirect financing to effectively achieve our ESG goal. In addition to environmental challenges posed by climate change, our social development objectives encompass human capital development, responsible production, and advance of local community. They are overreaching goals that transcend industry, which collectively contribute to a better and more participatory future for all. In response to growing importance of environmental, social, and governance consideration, international organization has been working on financial standards related to sustainability since the early 1990s. As the timeline shows, the Equator Principle was established in 2007, highlighting the connection between financial lending and environmental sustainable energy projects. Around the same time, the United Nations Principle for Sustainable Investment was introduced in 2006, and they have since been developed through events like the G20 conference, COP21 during the Paris conference in 2015, and the 2016 G20 Sustainable Financial Study Group. This effort has consistently guided the financial industry in the direction of sustainability. Looking ahead, we can expect even more initiatives in the area as ESG continues to gain prominence in the business world. Moving on, let's explore the current global landscape of a sustainable market. Sustainable investment has been steady growth. ESG principles can be integrated into traditional equity using different strategies. Historically, negative screening has been most common approach, but methods like engagement and positive, like best in class, screening are going ground. However, when we consider geographic distribution, ESG investment is still predominantly focused in Europe and the United States. In other regions, like Japan, its adoption in the market remains relatively limited. Nevertheless, there's also sizable sustainable room for growth and expansion. Now let's discuss the third significant trend, which involves the increase in inflation and various uncertainties, including geographic factors. The global headline inflation rate is expected to drop from 8.7% in 2022 to 6.8% in 2023, with a further decrease to 5.2% in 2024. However, the core inflation rate is projected to decline more slowly. What this mean is that it's becoming increasingly important to incorporate multiple scenarios into financial planning, whether you are managing personal finance or developing corporate strategy. Flexibility and foresight are crucial. Next, I would like to refer to a recent report by TWC on the revolution in asset and wealth management. This report highlights 5 critical imperatives for the industry. Considering this imperative, wealth management is facing challenges in the short, medium, and long term. In order to successfully navigate this unique market field, professionals need to focus on getting close to their customers by offering more distinguished products, being open to experimental and change, efficiently deliver service and scale, and addressing the increasing concern of ESG and the related issues. Moreover, as the age distribution in various countries shift toward older population, we will see a higher proportion of senior and they tend to have more wealth. Financial institutions will likely introduce specialized wealth management products for senior, like reserve mortgage. Additionally, due to increasing uncertainties, traditional saving methods may become less attractive. Instead, both active and passive investment strategies are expected to replace traditional saving accounts. This change will require financial professionals to acquire new skills to care to evolving client needs. The final emerging trend I'd like to talk about is the widened wealth disparity, often described as a parallel world. This phenomenon is driven by increasing inequality in major countries worldwide, where the affluent become wealthier while the less fortunate experience future economic hardship. This trend has profound social implications as it marginalizes the middle class, historically a key pillar of social stability. As a result, the financial sector will need to evolve to cater to the unique needs of a new generation of customers shaped by the changing dynamic. To kick off this discussion of a parallel world, we find societies splitting into two distinct habits, the haves and the have-nots. This clear-cut division doesn't just impact social stability, it also raises critical concern about sustainability of financial service. It emphasized the immediate necessary for the government intervention to promote financial inclusion so that those without extraordinary wealth can survive and prosper without having to worry too much about the daily program. In these two distinguished worlds, the wealthy grope with concerns like monetary wealth across generations, finding ways to minimize international tax, and making profitable real estate investment. Meanwhile, the less fortunate, known as the have-nots, face different challenges, such as relying on payday loan, living paycheck to paycheck, and navigate the unpredictable gig economy. This stark wealth gap has wide-range consequences, including the rise of populism, declining the middle class, and reduced social mobilities. The growth of the FinTech industry may in fact widen this gap further. The wealth benefit from FinTech tools that provide them with better access to information and improve investment strategy, increasing their return. On the flip side, easy access to credit and the convenience of online shopping can lead financial vulnerable individuals into debt without realized it. In addressing this challenge, global society has acknowledged the vital significance of financial inclusion. Financial inclusion is predominantly featured as a goal in 8 out of the 70 2030 UN Sustainable Development Goals. This encompasses SDG 1, which focuses on erosion prevention, SDG 2, aimed at ending hunger, and SDG 3, centered on promoting good health and well-being. Furthermore, SDG 17, which revolves around enhancing the means of improvement underscores the role of financial inclusion through mobilized savings from investors and consumption to drive economic growth. Having explored the trend influencing the financial sector, the critical question is, how can professionals equip themselves for the future? To address this four trends, I will introduce our unique training solution, each akin to nursing a special tree, aiming to provide clarity and engagement. In order to address each of these four primary trends, TABF has developed training objective and methodology tailored to the key stakeholders within the industry. This including high-ranking manager, unit direct affected by the trend, impact sector, and other relevant industry. We also consider both existing and potential consumers within this category when establishing training goals and crafting the appropriate education materials. In response to these trends, TABF has developed comprehensive strategy and education content aimed to boosting competency within the banking industry. This competency encompasses proficiency in technology, a commitment to inclusivity, strategy planning, and a focus on sustainability for the benefit of all stakeholders. As I mentioned, we refer to them as the four future financial talent trends. They are not just concepts, but are the seeds of success and progress in evolving financial landscape. To create a comprehensive approach, we identify special competency tailored to each of the four major trends. In addition, we create structured curriculum and education materials with the express purpose of assessing a diverse spectrum of stakeholders within the banking industry. These resources are thoroughly designed to facilitate the acquisition of vital competency essential for effective preparation. By embracing this full competency, the industry is posing to proactively prepare for future challenges and seize emerging business opportunity. This comprehensive approach not only creates new avenues of growth, but also fostering our ability to maintain sustainable progress in an ever-changing and uncertain business landscape. Let's dive deeper into our core training framework. Within the realm of digital banking, we have a diverse range of strategy competency tailored for senior executives. Additionally, we offer a suite of professional skills designed to empower middle-level participants, including experts in digital marketing, compliance technology, digital product design, and business analysis. At the foundation level, we provide essential skills for data analysts and programmers. In the realm of sustainable finance, our top-tier strategy pyramid centers around corporate governance. At the middle level, we focus on specialized areas such as greenhouse gas emission, climate risk assessment, and renewable energy. Professionals in these domains are equipped with essential expertise, including legal and regulatory compliance, proficiency in methodology and tools, and appropriate management of a verification process, among others. Our Sustainable Finance Talent Development Program is open to a wide range of participants, fostering a holistic approach to the critical field. Within the domain of wealth management, a structured hierarchy of expertise emerges, breaking down into four key levels. At the top, we have strategical planning and senior financial advisor. Just below them, you will find wealth management relationship manager and the product developer. Finally, at the foundational level, we have financial specialists. This structured approach helps us comprehensively cover all aspects of wealth management. In addition, our financial inclusion framework consists of 6 fundamental cornerstones. To embark on your financial journey, the initial step involving getting a deep understanding of your personal financial situation and acquiring essential financial knowledge. Moving forward, you will analyze your income, expense, investment, and long-term expenditure plan. Finally, you will need to develop the skills necessary to assess and manage your financial risk efficiently. These 6 interconnect components run the fundamental for achieving financial inclusion and security, providing a holistic approach to managing your finance. Next, I would like to share a few more specified cases and experiences related to TABF. We are proud to introduce 3 transformative programs designed to efficiently address the prevailing industry trend. Our first initiative is our leadership executive training, which gives high-ranking managers the skills needed to excel in today's dynamic landscape. Complementing this, Our second program entails a comprehensive overhaul of our facility utilization plan, optimize resource and space for great efficiency. Finally, our third program introduced a pioneer approach to informational delivery, ensuring the necessary financial knowledge is fully delivered to the most needed people. This strategy initiates exemplify our commitment to staying at the front floor of the industry and proactively meeting the latest challenges of the evolving business environment. TABF has been at the front floor of developing banking leaders to meet the demands of the modern era, carry out executive training since 2011. To date, this program has equipped near 300 individuals with essential knowledge and skill, significantly contributing to their professional growth. The resounding success of this program has also earned its government support and sponsorship from the Banker Association, solidifying its standing as a key player in the industry with a substantial and lasting impact. This program value chain is built on 5 key elements: a forward-looking vision, problem-centered approach, module design, innovative instruction, and diverse curriculum. It encompasses a visionary perspective, real-world problem solving, adaptable structure, dynamic instructional method, and a rich pool of faculty experts. These components combine to create a strong and efficient framework for the success of this program. These 5 elements are simply integrated into 5 core processes, ensuring a comprehensive instructional design approach. This process encompasses pre-training evaluation, the diverse design of all related courses, overseas study program focused on leading topics with accompanying field visits, incorporation of active learning technique, and structural reporting by our dedicated team coaches. Together, they form a holistic framework for what we proudly refer to as comprehensive instruction design. Now, let's explore TABF's FinTech Village, a dynamic ecosystem fosters cooperation between the financial and the tech sector. This innovation initiative empowers financial institutions, particularly small and medium enterprise, to seize opportunities in the rapidly evolving fintech landscape, serving as a hub for creating interactions. It positions these institutions to adapt and thrive in a digital world. FinTech villages serve as a pivotal bridge, integrating the tech industry R&D capability and academic research with the financial sector. Its key functions including crafting innovative solutions for banks through specialized courses, collaborative development, joint procurement, and idea exchange. Additionally, it accesses member financial institutions with comprehensive support for their digital transformation, including talent acquisition and system improvement. Moreover, it acts as a platform for tech companies and scholars to engage on technological trends and offer bank technology assistance. Meanwhile, it facilitates dialogue with the government to address regulatory and policy challenges related to fintech, promoting industry growth. Over less than 4 years, The FinTech village has achieved notable milestones, including regular consultation salon, experimental project, and the FinTech exhibition attended by over 40,000 individuals. Our consulting service, especially benefits for SME financial institutions, has been a key highlight. Looking ahead, we eagerly anticipate more experimentation and welcome new ideas as we continue to foster innovation and cooperation between the financial and the tech sector. Regarding public knowledge dissemination, I would like to emphasize our innovative multi-level education delivery model. This approach focuses on enhancing the financial resilience of the general public and promoting FinTech technology. By connecting TABF, scholar, and the public, we harness the strengths of each stakeholder for a more efficient knowledge dissemination process. This collaboration underscores our commitment to empowering individuals with valuable financial insights and fostering FinTech literacy on a broad scale. Underpinning our commitment to excellency, TABF creates teaching material and curriculum. Our innovative MLT multi-level training model leverages partnership with universities and NPOs as intermediaries in order to finally deliver crucial skills and knowledge to our target audience. This approach has demonstrated remarkable effectiveness, surprising traditional methods like publication and direct classroom training. A compelling example of our approach is the Financial Inclusion Education Program. TABF provides a comprehensive toolkit comprising textbooks, websites, and apps, while partnering with professional financial certification consultants and dedicated school teachers. This collaborative effort trains nonprofit social workers in financial management skills, enabling them to become pioneer teachers who extend their expertise to underserved communities in remote villages. To facilitate ongoing support and learning, our online platform allows social workers to engage in discussion with the expert advisory group. This holistic approach exemplifies our unwavering commitment to financial literacy education, particularly in marginalized areas. I would like to introduce the Financial Wellness Self-Development Plan, a recent initiative undertaken in cooperation with the Jiehui Foundation and the JP Morgan. This program is designed to enhance the financial literature of rural women through tailored financial knowledge and skill courses. We begin by screening students using a questionnaire and conducting in-depth interviews to assess their needs. Based on their proficiency level, we adjust the teaching material and utilize digital tools when appropriate for better comprehension. The program includes 6 online financial literature courses and 3 individual consulting sections. Over a 3-month past course period, we closely monitor students' progress, assessing their financial knowledge, attitude, and behaviors. With this information, we can offer relevant financial guidelines and explanation of financial products. This comprehensive structure ensures students to not only acquire classroom knowledge, but also practical wisdom for their personal financial management in order to improve their well-being. Next, I would like to share the ongoing impact of this project. After 6 months of training and consulting, the 82 female remote lunar participants demonstrate remarkable progress. Notably, 85% increased their savings compared to 3 months earlier, while 65% improved their surplus income ratio. Witnessing their enhanced well-being is a source of immense satisfaction for us as educators. Equally significant is the accumulation of sound financial habits. The participants grow their total savings by approximately $360,000 and reduce their debt by around $150,000. Remarkably, each student's wealth increased by over $1,000 within half a year. These outcomes are essential, and we eagerly looking forward to extend our support to more financially vulnerable individuals in the future. And now, I would like to present a video record of our program. Please enjoy it.
In 2020, TABF began cooperation with the Jia Hui Social Welfare and Charity Foundation. We promoted financial literacy in rural areas so that rural women can understand their financial risk profiles and change their behavior and implement sound concepts in order to achieve their financial goals.
From the outset, the foundation understood that women's financial empowerment is important. We might know how to make money, but if we don't know how to manage it, it won't last. Or we might not know the value of our money.
This course adopts a combination of training and coaching to ensure that each student can apply what they have learned to their daily lives. After laying the foundation, we combine lectures on different topics and introduce different financial investments so that students can also independently decide what's suitable for them.
After participating in these classes, I think that life is about remembering to keep accounts every day, and then also distinguishing the things you need, must have, and want.
TABF has assembled professional instructors and teaching materials to train rural women to gradually make their lives more stable and improve their financial resilience. Building on 2 to 3 years of pilot demonstrations, TABF develops suitable learning materials and training cases to build up women's financial management capabilities, to be shared to other countries and regions, and be promoted to more people in need, so that more families leave poverty and have the opportunity to attain economic security.
From this valuable experience, I'm excited to present some ideas for future collaboration with ABA and its esteemed members. Honored to explore potential cooperation in 3 key areas. First, we propose engaging in fruitful discussion on cutting-edge financial trends and creating engaging content for the dynamic financial sector. Second, we humbly extend our willingness to share our program structure and operation expertise. We eagerly await your insight to enhance the quality of our training. And finally, the prospect of partnering with foreign members to organizing informative events, such as seminar and workshop, is generously exciting. With your invaluable contribution, we can enrich this event with a wealth of knowledge. In summary, we believe that our cooperation in these 3 essential areas will allow us to stay aligned with industry shift and collectively strive for excellency. We appreciate the opportunity presented here and eagerly anticipate the prospect of strengthening our relationship with your esteemed organization.
Doctor, in your presentation,
Yeah.
we also noted with encouragement the interaction and collaborations you have done with the FinTech sector.
Yeah.
But it will be useful is for you to maybe share your experience as to how the Taiwanese financial services industry, to what extent has it embraced FinTech? Do they see it as a threat or do they see it as complementing their role? And perhaps also briefly comment on how you see this sector having embraced AI so far to date.
Okay, thank you, Raja. It's a very good question. I just want to say Taiwan is a big country about the production, the IT products like the semiconductor. However, for the FinTech, we still we face is like a challenge for the traditional banks when they face the rise of the FinTech. So that's why we create the FinTech village. We want to introduce the talent of the IT sector to combine with the knowledge or expertise of the financial sector. So as my presentation, in the last 5 years, we have a very good experience or very good example of how to combine these two sectors together. So I think in the future, is there any chance or any audience has a question? I would like to present how to help, especially for some small and medium banks. We know that the huge bank, they got a very they got a lot of resource. They can recruit the IT guy. But for some small and medium banks, they are lack of this kind of salary to attract the knowledge of the technology guy. So I think how to help them to create incentive to reshape the ability of the staff. They can understand the progress of FinTech. I think we have already some good material to provide for the worker in the banks. So it's the first answer. Another part is about the AI. I think there's no doubt that AI will greatly affect the future of financial service. So in the field of FinTech, including the payment, investment, and the financing, and the asset management, they all are the different service methods due to the powerful computing power and the learning ability of AI. So our Fin and Tech village has held many seminar to discuss the impact of AI on over the future or on the financial industry. But I must honestly to say that there is currently not very clear answer to say what is the most impact of the AI to the financial sector. But in Taiwan's case, the chat robot is already a main AI application model in Taiwan. We saw a lot of banks has their own chat robot. They can replace the need for human to answer the service need of their customer. In addition, regarding the asset management, some bank has also find a very good way to efficiently use their own database to provide customer with better investor benefit of investor performance. In addition, AI also cause an increased concern in financial fraud because deep AI, they may be a very huge challenge for the security for the banking operation. So of course, I hope to communicate with you and discuss the possible impact of AI and FinTech in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the response, Doctor. Do we have any questions from the audience? I haven't yet seen any hands raised or anything on the Q&A. So let me pose another question to you, Doctor. Earlier in your presentation, you touched on two important areas on the SDG goals as well as the work on the ESG space. I think there was some interesting slides. But what would be interesting to see is your experience or the Taiwanese experience of using climate financing and or ESG frameworks to raise money in the capital markets. Have you seen a lot of activity by Taiwanese FIs? It'll be interesting too.
Thank you, Raja. I think Taiwan's financial market, compared with European countries, Taiwan started relatively late in this area. Yeah, it's not until 6 years ago that Taiwan's financial industry began to pay attention about the ESG. So about this 6 years ago, when the government and the industry realized the important trends of the financial future, so Taiwan's government agency that's called FSC, Financial Supervision Commission, they launched a action plan that's called Green Financial Action Plan 1.0 in 2017 to encourage the financial industry to invest and finance the green energy industry. Accompanied with the development of the ESG, so the government very quickly upgraded 1.0 to 2.0 in 2020. They not only caring about the energy industry, but also cover the environmental, society, and the governments. So that's become the whole ESG oriental, and encourage the financial industry to accumulate sustainable financial talent, promote ESG information disclosure, and strengthen climate change risk management. And then in the September last year, the government once again upgraded the Green Financial Action Plan to 3.0 that was launched to further promote the financial industry to understand the greenhouse gas emission of itself and its investment. We want to achieve the goal is year 2050. That's a net zero emission policy. So including the scope 1, 2, and the scope 3, the government help the industry to move on this direction. So the main approach of the financial service is including the introduction, responsible banking principle, insurance principle, and other principle in terms of credit extension, and encouraging financial institutions to engage in sustainable financing and project finance, and establish information platform. Because for the future development of ESG, the information is very important. How to make sure that not the real green finance is important. So in terms of the investment, so ESG is incorporated into the principle of investment. Personal and the national fund are invested in related projects such as wind show generation, power generation projects, and other green energy projects. So at the same time, the Taiwan capital market also issue a lot of green bonds in this 3 years. I think right now is a very top and very hot topic in Taiwan about the ESG finance.
Great to learn that. We have a question from Amado Anrado for you, Doctor. Does TABF have any training programs aimed at helping and guiding entrepreneurs, particularly SMEs, in their digital transformation journey?
Sorry, I don't get the. Can you repeat again?
Sure. Does TABF
Yeah.
any training programs aimed at helping and guiding entrepreneurs, particularly SMEs, in their digital transformation journey?
Okay. Yeah. We know that not only for the enterprise or in the banking industry, but also we have to help. They have a common language between the manufacturer or service sector to commute with the banking sector, especially as we regarding the FinTech development. So I think the DBS, they demonstrate a very good example in Taiwan. They create some accounting platform and accompanied with the TABF, we help them to expand the knowledge and the tool to other sectors. So if in detail, if I can get what kind of the sector or industry of the business, maybe I can find some example to present to the audience. Thank you.
We will certainly share that invitation with the organizers. Another question for you, Doctor. Yeah. Given the digital transformation progress of the country, yeah, would you like to comment on the country's policy towards digital assets, in particularly any framework towards crypto? Is there an official policy?
Yeah, you just write a very, very good question. Yeah, because in our Congress, we just opened a discussion about how to trade the digital assets. Who are in charge? We spent a long time to discuss which agent in the government they should be responsible for managing this kind of the critical assets. Is belong to FSC or central bank or Ministry of Economics. But right now, in this year, our government has already adopted. We will trade them as a financial product in this area. So my government has just announced a draft to public to get some suggestion about the future management regulatory material. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Just one final, just hold on a second. I think we're getting one more question here. Yes, there's a question from Mohan. How involvement by the regulator is on that? I'm not sure what he means by on that. So pending that, there is a hand raised. I think there's a hand raised. Sorry, no. Pending clarity from Mohan, let me ask the final question. Would you like to comment on any challenges the industry has on combating cybersecurity? Is it a problem really in your country?
Of course. You know, we got a very strong neighborhood. I think all of you know Taiwan have a very strong neighborhood. So we face a very serious challenge about the cybersecurity, especially in the financial sector. So that's why we, in TABF, we create a different layer of training. We have a chief of the cybersecurity training program, and for middle officer and the general awareness of the cybersecurity. And we also do some exercise to help them to face some like the DDoS attack, deadly, the possible attack from the outside of the country. So I think it's a very important issue for Taiwan's sustainable of the banking service.